Welcome back to Sorare Assist. Adam here, and today I'm going to be picking my limited teams, including my specialist and underdog team as well in the limited divisions. If you like the video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, sign up, use the link below to get a free limited card and 13 common cards on the football version of Sorare. If you want to join the MLB one, you can do that as well, where you'll get 12 common cards plus a star player common card as well by using the link below. Okay guys, let's get stuck into today's video then. So as I say, I'm going to be building my lineups today for game week 290. We do have a couple of specialist weekly teams to pick as well. We've got the specialist limited team, of course. Usual rules here: 2 players with 40 or below in the last 15 and a maximum of 1 player with 60 or above in the last 15. And we've also got the underdog league as well. This is slightly different here this week though guys. You can actually use 1 common rare, super rare, unique in this lineup. They will get 100% minus reduction on their score though, and you only need 4 players for this division now, which is really good because I'm actually short on goalkeepers this week with there being no Asia games. The players also need to have an average of 50 or below in the last 15 games. So I'll keep those in mind when I am selecting my teams today. So first of all, I'm going to head over to the lineup builder on Sorare, just so I can see what keepers I have got available for this upcoming game week. That's going to give me an idea of what divisions I'm going to be able to enter. So as you can see, I've only actually got 3 eligible goalkeepers in the upcoming game week. I've got 2 David Roofs and also an Andrea Blake. Obviously in the underdog division, I won't need a keeper in that division, which is good news, but the players do need to have a 50 or below average, so I need to keep that in mind in terms of the last 15 games. So this week then, I need to make a decision first of all which competition I'm going to enter. So if I'm going to enter the specialist division with one of my goalkeepers here, then I will also enter an all-star team and a Challenger Europe team. And that's probably the best course of action here with the players that I've got available. Then I'll also be able to, of course, pick an underdog team with the rest of my players. Right, so let's start off then with the Specialist League first of all. So I'm going to go over to the lineup builder here, to the Specialist League, Specialist Limited, here we go. Right, so in terms of the goalkeeper, I'm going to actually go with Blake here because I don't want to use one of these David Roofs because obviously that's going to be my player that's got 60 or above in the last 15 games. I don't really want to waste them in this slot here, so I'm going to go with Andrea Blake in the goalkeeper slot. Now defender then, so I've got an option here to use Michele Santos as well, although I might want to use him in my All-Star or my Challenger Europe team potentially to link up with Malcolm, who we also have. But Nagdu here for Ghent, Michele as well for Club Bruges, that could be a good one. Good chance of winning as well actually, so he probably looks the next best option. I have got Wagner of course, who could link up with Blake in the Philadelphia defence, but not the easiest game. They're away as well, so there's a chance there that they might not get the best score. I think Michele is probably looking the best option. That is going to be my 60 or above player there in the last 15, but don't mind, he's a good player. So I am going to go with him. He's expected to start that one as well. Now, I do need 2 players with 40 or below in this division as well. Let's bear that in mind. So let's see what I've got available then with the 40 or below in mind there. So now, I've got 2 copies of Hallhauser here. He's now signed for Laverne. I do expect him to be a fantastic card this season to have. He's going to get some really good scores, I would think, in that Laverne team. We've also got Vormer as well, who looks like he's potentially going to be playing again for Club Bruges with the new manager. So he could be an option. Good fixture as well. And he also plays for the same team as Michele, of course. So I think Vormer's looking the obvious choice here. And it's also going to cover one of the 40 or below players in the last 15 as well. So I'm going to go with Vormer in the midfield slot. So forwards then, let's see what we've got available here. So now Malcolm, well I can't use him because that's another 60 or above player, so I'm not going to use him. Probably want to put him in the same team as my Douglas Santos as well, so I will save him for that. Jesus Ferreira looks a potential good option, or even Nice Goza actually, at home to Earthquake, so that could be a good option. Ferreira is a decent option there, he's usually got a good AA game as well, but Nice Goza is tempting here actually. He will need a goal or assist though to get amongst those big scores, that's the only drawback. Johnny Russell as well. So the forward position is the only one what's a bit dodgy really. Now it's between Nice Goza and Ferreira. Now Nice Goza has been scoring well, but so has Ferreira, but they've not got the best fixture, they're away as well. So I think I'm actually going to go with Nice Goza here, up front, in that other position. So the extra slot then, it's going to have to be someone else who's got 40 or below, and I think I know the man for that job, and that is Hallhauser. As I say, I think he's going to have a good season. it's probably a good opportunity to put him in these specialist teams while he's still eligible. So I do expect him to score well. So I've got 2 copies of Hallhauser here, which I've been holding on to for quite some time now. So I'm going to go with this one here in the final slot. Now, I think this team probably looks the most solid specialist team I've ever put into this division since my time on Sorare. That is because of Hallhauser and Vormer being out of favour recently with their clubs, but the two both fantastic players when they do get some game time, and I expect that to be the case this season. So that is done. You don't need to actually select a captain in the specialist team, but to save this I will need to do it on the lineup builder on Sorare data. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. So I think that team is looking really solid. Yeah, so big hopes for this team. Hopefully it can get me amongst the rares. That would be fantastic. Right, so next up I want to concentrate on my All-Star Limited team. So goalkeeper then is the obvious choice here. It's going to be Davy Roof. So in defence I've got a few options here. I've got Wagner as well here, although Nagdu or Santos is probably the best option here, I would say. Now if I pick Santos, that means I'm going to go with Malcolm as the forward in this team. And let's just have a look at the forwards actually, because I don't think I've got many options in terms of Challenger Europe forwards. I've got Sobolov, but I don't know if he's going to definitely start this one. So it's probably a safer bet actually to go with Jesus Ferreira in this lineup. Then my challenger team could include Malcolm and Santos, which is going to be brilliant. So I'm going to actually go with Jesus Ferreira in the forward slot there. That's my man up there. Don't want to risk Sobolov. Don't know if he's going to start. Johnny Russell's not been having the best season, so I don't want to risk him. Ferreira's been fairly consistent in terms of getting some assists or goals. So let's go back to the defender slot then. So I think this only leaves one man then with me using Santos in the other team. I'm going to go with Nagdu there. That makes sense for a bit of a stack in defence there with Ghent. Midfielder. Now I have got Carlos Gil here. Ladero as well actually. I've also got Sven Kums for Ghent. So that could be an option. It's a difficult choice here, difficult choice. Now, I don't think I want to be leaving Carlos Gil out of a team. Obviously, if I don't put him in this team, he can't go into the Underdog or the Challenge Europe team. So I'm going to put him in this team, I think. I'm going to go with him. Capable of getting big scores, that makes sense. Now, the extra slot then. So I think this is probably going to be between Ladero or Sven Kums. Now Kums obviously plays for Ghent, so that makes the most sense. Probably on better form as well last season than Ladero is currently, so I am going to go with Sven Kums here. Slightly better chance of winning as well, even though they are away. But obviously I've got 2 players in the Ghent team already as well, so that makes sense to go with Sven Kums in this team here. Captain then, I am going to go with Carlos Gil. Going to keep the faith in him to get his big scores back on the radar, so I'm going to go with him as my captain. So again, I think that team's looking really solid, so I'll go ahead and save that. Now the final, well not the final one, I've got the Underdog team as well, so I will go with the Challenger Europe team now, and let's have a look what we've got here. I think this should be a pretty quick pick, this one. This is going to look like a really solid team as well. So in goal, I'm going to go with the only option I've got left, and that is Davy Roof. Defender, again, obvious choice, Douglas Santos. The forward is obviously going to be Malcolm there to link up with Santos in the Zenit team. Now, we've got 2 more slots here, so we've got another midfielder that I could use. Obviously, it has to be a Challenger Europe one. I've got Hallhauser here, although I may want to save him for my Underdog team, because he will obviously qualify for that team. Brulls could be a good one here, or even Zakarian actually. Now, I don't know if he's injured, subbed off injured in the last game, or if he is expected to start this one. I will obviously check the team news on that, but I think he's looking the best option here between him or Brulls. There is Jesus Medina here, he's not been scoring great though. Zinkovsky as well, I expect to do well for Spartak once he settles into that side. No other standouts there. Obviously, Hallhauser is an option, but I want to save him from the Underdog division really. So I am going to go with Zachariah in there, because I can't put an under 23 team out this week, so I've not actually got a goalkeeper with Tani not having a game this week. So extra slot then, we've got Brulls, Sobolov, again a risk for Sobolov there, don't know if he's definitely going to start that one. So I think Brulls looks the obvious one here. So I think this team is looking pretty solid, pretty happy with that. And the captain, I'm going to go with Douglas Santos here. I do expect him to get better scores as the Russian season progresses. So I'll go ahead and save that. Again, I think that team is looking solid. So let's move on to my Underdog team then. Underdog Limited, this is the last team I'll be picking. So the goalkeeper, obviously I'm just going to put a common card in there just for the sake of building the lineup on Sorare data. I'm just going to pop in that player there. Right, so defender then. See who I've got left here. So who qualifies for... So Patrice qualifies, and he is expected to start this one actually. And he is a player that I do like. No other real standout options. So I think I'm going to go with Patrice here. And the good thing is as well that he plays for Laverne, who obviously also Hallhauser plays for. I'm going to be sticking in this midfielder slot here. So I'll go to the bottom where Hallhauser is located, put him in the midfield slot. Now forward, right, we've got a Router here who's qualifying for that. He could be a good option. Pavon, I don't know if he's going to start this one. If he was, I'd pick him for sure. But in this case, I think I'm going to have to go with Routy for Austin there. So I just need one more player now. I think this team's looking pretty good actually. It's only these 3 players of course. But I think it's looking pretty decent. Seka's left Antwerp now. Hopefully he's going to find another club. Now I've got Medina here. Bakayev, I'd potentially pick him, but I don't think he's going to actually start for Zenit in this game unfortunately. Medina should start though for CSK, so he's looking tempting. Duke's not really getting many good scores recently. Suterin could be an option. Charlotte won't start. Got Salvio here for Pumas. Not got the easiest fixture though. So it's a difficult choice this. Right, so I think I'm actually going to go with Medina. If I want to go with Medina in this final slot here, he's playing for Moscow. He should be starting as well that game. He is capable of getting a good score. You never know, he might get on the score sheet. I think I'm going to go with him. I'm going to keep an eye on the news though in terms of Christian Pavon getting his debut for... Not Boca, he doesn't actually play for Boca now, does he? I said Boca earlier. He doesn't play for Boca Juniors now. He actually plays for Atletico Mineiro now in the Brazilian leagues. Yes, I said Boca earlier, but he doesn't actually play for Boca now. He actually plays for Atletico Mineiro. So I will keep an eye on and see if he's expected to start that one. If he is, he's probably going to be my favourite choice in there. But for now, with that uncertainty, I am going to go with Medina, who is expected to be the first choice in this game. So go ahead and pick him. Captain, I'm going to go with Hallhauser. Keep the faith in that guy to hopefully get some good scores. Go ahead and save that. So, overall, I think my teams are looking pretty solid this week. So, let's have a quick rundown of all the teams that I've got for the limited sides in the upcoming game week then. So, I've gone for Dave Roof in goal, Douglas Santos in defence as captain, Zachariah as my midfielder, got Brules in midfield as well, and Malcolm up front. So, that's looking a really solid team to me. All-Star Limited, I've gone for Roof in goal again, Nagu to make up against Stack. I've also got Comes against as well, and Jesus Ferreira up front and Carlos Gill as my captain. Specialist Limited team, I've got Blake in goal, Michele in defence and Vormer, Hallhauser as well as my midfield option, and is Goza up front. And the underdog team is looking like this. So obviously the common card that I'm going to put in this slot will get minus 100% on the score. So it's only these 4 players that count. Got Patrice there for Laverne, who's obviously could link up with Hallhauser, who now plays Laverne. I've gone for him as captain as well. Jesus Medina for CSK Moscow in midfield. And I've also got Aruti up front for Austin. So I'm sure you'll agree there's some fantastic teams there. Looking really solid. Looking forward to the Belgium League returning as well. Hope you guys have got some decent lineups coming up. Good luck in the upcoming game week 290. Thanks for watching as always. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Do check out the other content on my channel as well. I've done some MLB content recently as well, if any of you guys are interested in getting involved with that. And don't forget you can sign up to MLB using the link below to get 12 common cards and a star common card as well. Or if you want to sign up to the football, you can get 13 common cards and a free limited card when you sign up for Sorare Football. Okay guys, as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon.